Hi,
I'm Bruce Himmelblau with Blue Sky Video Productions.
Dave Verbeten, owner, senior coach at Peak Performance Action Coach Business Coaches. What leverage is for a business owner to try to get 1 + 1 = 3 or 4.
Which is a true meaning of leveraging.
True meaning of leverage. I'm going to let you know that if you want to communicate, effectively communicate the goals of the company, then they need to be communicated using what it's basically called setting a SMART goal. And a SMART goal starts, well, here's, SMART, S.M.A.R.T, right? And so we know that whatever that goal is, we must be very specific. And I'll come back to this, okay? Then it obviously needs to be measurable. That's measurable, okay? Then there's a certain element of realism, but I also want people's goals to be a stretch goal. Because when we set stretch goals, then we actually stretch ourselves.
So it's not only yourself who's required to accomplish that goal. You're actually going to achievable.
Yeah, achievable.
I saw achievable. I saw some versions are assignable. So basically delegating.
We'll come to delegating, I think, at another time.
Okay.
At this point, we're still at this level of communication with the whole organization. There's going to be delegation along the way, and I actually can't wait to get to that, because there's more than just an art form to delegating. I'm just going to leave one thing with you right away. Delegation is not abdication. If you're delegating a task to somebody, you who's delegating is still responsible to oversee.
Yeah, because you're the manager.
Or the owner. That outcome is going to take place. You don't have to execute it.
Right.
All the finite steps, because you're just way too busy for that.
Yeah, one of the stories that I think we told in an earlier episode was we assigned this one person to stamp all these envelopes for mailing. What they didn't understand was they had the old stamp machine, and that every time you prepay for the stamps, and every time you stamp it, that's actually taking money out of your account. That person didn't understand that concept. So if the stamp didn't come out clear, they restamped it. And if it didn't come out clear, they restamped. So it was like 3 stamps on one envelope. And someone just let her go. So here, stamp this, and left her alone for like an hour. Okay, I'm done. I ran out of stamps. How'd you run out of stamps? Well, I stamped multiple envelopes.
Yeah, there's clearly an amount of oversight that has to take place, but with the oversight comes training, knowledge that must be passed down. I don't want to go into the whole expectation and culture of accountability quite yet, because that would take us, that's a whole other episode. So make sure that as you're thinking through the goals that you want to share with the organization, right, that the language is specific. I'll come back to that. Measurable, achievable, relevant. Now, I would say this: if you Google SMART goals, the R will come up with 3 different variations on that. Some will say relevant. Sometimes the definition comes out by saying results oriented. It's the same thing. Right? So
I guess those that would say accountability would be realistic.
Well, it's okay, but that I'm just going to.
Let's mixing them up. So
yeah.
So relevant is it has meaning, it has purpose, it has a final purpose within the strategy. So that is not just a fly by night or blue sky goal.
Yeah, don't delegate stuff that just makes your organization busy. Delegate stuff that makes your organization productive.
There you go.
Okay, so
and the last one's time bound.
Time bound.